Hello and welcome back to my video. Hope you really enjoyed the last one, which was the introduction to phishing. In this video, we're going to be talking about information gathering, and where we're going to start with now is email spoofing. I know it shows spoofing, but it's actually email spoofing. I prefer it that way. So, email spoofing is when a attacker forges the sender's address to make a malicious what do you harmful email look like it came from a trusted source so that it does not flag the email. That's a key point. Make it look like it's from a trusted source. It's actually part of the attacker's information gathering strategy on how they want to deliver the phishing malware. Okay, how do I now what you're thinking about is how do attackers get away with this? I got you. Now, the reason spoofing works is because emails by default don't always verify the true identity and of the sender. That is why attackers can impersonate real people and businesses. Unless protective protocols are in place, this keeps on happening, or rather will keep on happening. Now you're wondering what like what's going on? Like I thought I could trust these people. What's going on? So what kind of protocols can I go with? Now that's where the SPF, DKIM, and the mark comes to the rescue. And these are the three major protocols that fight spoofing. Okay, now you're wondering what is SPF? SPF is rather it checks for the server. It checks if the server is authorized to send the domain, or rather send for the domain. DKIM adds a digital signature to verify if the email has not been tampered with. So just a bit of integrity. I'm sure you know your CIA triad. Basically, that's what DKIM does. It does the integrity aspect of this. And you're not thinking what DMARC does is that it enforces policies based on the results of SPF and DKIM. But misconfiguration of this, or rather of these policies, can also lead to, or rather leave room for attack. That's why it's very important to make sure that you are configuring each policy right. So now let's look into hey, what's going on? What's going on over here? What is happening here is that they are trying to analyze what's making shit. Now let's look and analyze this screenshot that's happening over here. Now, what happened over here is that they are trying to look up a domain, which is this .com, and you're wondering, okay, it's showing no DMARC record found, policy not enabled, and DNS is active. Oh, okay. This literally means that the email can't be spoofed from the domain, rather from this domain, and there are no rules in place to block it. So they can spoof this domain without any restriction because there is no rules to stop it. And that's why I just wanted to point out in this screenshot. So in case anyone is confused, that's basically what it's trying to say. As you know, we spoke about it earlier, as they don't check the domain, and that's why spoofing happens. So rather has been happening for a while. So one thing another thing we should know about is analyzing email traffic. So when investigating a suspicious email, here are tools, here are clues that you should look out for. So one thing you should look out for is the sender's address, like this, the the SMTP IP address, the domain history, the time to of delivery, and repeated recipient. So these are what, or rather the clues you look into when you are trying to analyze an email traffic. Even malicious email are sent after hours or to the same user repeatedly, it it might point to a compromised list or an attacker in another time zone trying to take advantage of that. So these are just like little clues that you check in just to make sure that okay, is something happening here or is something not happening here? And that's just something I just wanted to point everybody's attention. In case you're also wondering, because this can get a bit confusing, that's why I'm taking my time to like explain it step by step. And finally, as we're getting to the end of this, um, so attackers don't guess your email. I know that's a huge conspiracy because people think, oh, someone just goes and randomly like brute force an attack in which they sit down to like guess your email and all. But they use like public tools, things like tools like the Harvester on Kali Linux to scrape addresses from the public site. That's why you don't post your email addresses openly online, especially on like job boards or forums or stuff like that, because it gives them the ability to like check and get your email from that, and that's how they like contact you and all. um that's how they try and avoid making send phishing or rather phishing attempts over to you. And one thing this section really, or rather this page in information gathering really showed me was how phishing is not just about fake links. It's about exploiting trust and misusing email system. So I would say as a defender, or rather as we defenders, we can catch this early by analyzing headers, DNS records, and human behaviors. So I've come to the ending of this video, and I just want to say as a last note of this is that if you learned something new from this video, please feel free to like drop a comment below and just tell me what really stood out most to you in this video. If you used tools like the MX Toolbox or any spoof or have seen any spoofed multimedia email firsthand, feel free to share your experience. I really love to like really learn about and see different tactics that have been used on the parasite. Yeah, of course, you guys feel free to hit the subscribe, like, and stick around for the next video. I'm really glad, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. Alright, bye guys.